All right, here we go. Getting some gameplay today with the new purple Doflamingo from OP14. Super excited about this leader. Here is the deck list, by the way. All right, and we got a matchup here against Imu. Doffy versus Imu. The best deck from OP13 versus the new OP14 leaders. Let's see if we can take it out. All right, this opening hand, I like this opening hand. We'll go ahead and keep it. Our opponent chooses to go second, of course, with the Imu, so we will start off our turn one with a Dellinger on the board. This Dellinger is awesome. It acts almost like a free block for us, plus we get a top 5 search. Okay, our opponent gets a Saint Shaoria on the board. They do a top 3 search. They use leader ability to cycle the Shaoria, draw another card, and they pass the turn. So 3 Dawn turn for us now. And I think here all we can do is really just attach all of our Dawn and swing in 8k at their face. Hold on, I'm going to adjust this slightly down. Boop. Okay. Our opponent takes that first life, and we are going to go ahead and pass the turn to our Imu opponents. Okay. So, Imu, maybe the most annoying deck to play against in OP13. They start with the Saturn on the board. Really excited for how OP14 is going to shake things up, and we are 2 days away from some of the pre-release OP14 events over here in the Pacific Northwest. So really excited to get into those. I'm going to my local one at 11 a.m. on Saturday. So wish me luck. Okay, our opponent swings 5k at 5k, and let's go ahead and return 1 Dawn, redirect it into our Dellinger, get that Dawn right back, do a top 5 search, and we'll go for the 10 cost Doflamingo here. Okay, and then we draw the 8 cost Doflamingo right on cue, so very good. We do have treble, and we do have a baby 5. We could play the baby 5 to ramp a Dawn, or we could play the treble to utilize our leader ability for free. I think I'm going to go for ramping a Dawn here. We'll gain an active Dawn. We'll attach both, and then we'll swing in 7k at their leader. See if they use an event out of hand to counter out. So they do use an event. 3k counter event will pass the turn to our Imu opponents. Here we go. So it is their 6 Dawn turn. They start off with a top 3 search event. They play a Mars on the board, so they get to KO our baby 5. We will activate its on KO to gain a life, putting us up to 6 life. We are like the yellow Luffy right now. 6 life, new leader coming out. That Luffy deck's insane, by the way. I just put out a video with a deck guide on how to play it. So if you're interested in yellow Luffy, if you're interested in playing a lot of triggers, going wide on the board, and just overpowering your opponent, check it out. Okay, our opponent swings 5k at 5k. We're going to go ahead and take this life. We do get a Monet. We do get a Monet, so I think that might be our target for when we play our Doffy. Okay, so they get a Shirahoshi on the board, and so we have to discard 1 card out of hand. That's tough. What do we want to discard? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and discard one of our 2k counters, our treble, out of hand, because I want to try to chain our combo together. Now, if I would have known we were going to draw a Doflamingo next, I would have trashed that, but you just don't know those sort of things. Okay, 7 Dawn turn. Let's go ahead and go with Monet. Ramp a Dawn. Shoot, do we want to try to take the Shirahoshi out? I guess if they activate it, we can just discard one of our Doffys. So I'm going to go ahead and swing in 8 at their life. Not too worried about having to trash a Doflamingo out of hand. They may have just used that blocker even if we swung at the Shirahoshi. We will pass the turn to our opponent. Okay, we got a battle heating up right now. We are 1 turn away from the 5 elders hitting the board, so we're going to have to start getting a bit aggressive with our plays. Okay, our opponent's been thinking here. There we go. So they get a Jupiter on the board. Then they get a Saturn on the board, so they're going to do a top 4 search, or top 5 search. Yeah, so they just grab a Warcury, so another one of their 5 Elders. We'll see if they make us discard a card from hand. They probably will with Shirahoshi. If they attack first, though, we could consider just countering. 5k coming in. Let's go ahead and just take this attack. We could have countered out with the card in hand and then nullified their Shirahoshi. But then if they swung into us, we would have taken a life anyways and still ended up with 6 cards in hand. So either way, their Shirahoshi will make us discard a card. And we have a lot of spare life. Let's keep our resources in hand. Our opponent passes. Okay. Did they play the Saturn last turn, or was this from 2 turns ago? They choose not. Either way, they choose not to swing with the Saturn. Maybe they're playing around our Doffy effect. They also decide not to activate their Shirahoshi. So, interesting. 10 Dawn turn. And here, we could go for the 10 cost Doffy right away, but I think we want to try to go a little bit wider on the board. Let's go Doflamingo. Use the card action to put a Dawn back on our deck. Let's go for another Monet to ramp that Dawn right back. We really want to try to make sure we're going to have 10 Dawn on our next turn. And that will allow us to go 7k at leader. And then we'll swing another 7k with our leader. Our opponent takes that life. We're going to attach the rest of our Dawn and swing in 7k at lead. Our opponent does not have any blockers on the board. They do use a ground death to counter out of that attack. We're going to pass the turn. We have 4 life. Our opponent is on to their 10 Dawn turn. So here is where the battle is about to start heating up. Will we see the 5 Elders this turn? They already have 3 Elders on the board, plus the Shirahoshi. We should be able to, yeah, we should be able to have 10 Dawn on our next turn, no matter how we defend ourselves here. Which is nice, because then we will be able to freeze their blockers and then swing in. So there's a Mars. They KO a Monet. On KO effect, draw 2, trash 1. Let's trash our 8 cost. We have no Dawn to ramp right now. Okay, yep. So their Shirahoshi makes us trash a card out of hand. I don't know if we'll be able to go back-to-back with the Doflamingo, so I'll have to trash one of them. That's okay. All right, are we going to be able to fend off our opponent here? Okay, so they play a Warcury blocker on the board, so they do have their Elders out. They don't have the Nos Juro out, but opting not to play their 5 Elders, our opponent swings 7 at 6. Let's go ahead and just counter out with the 2k first. We'll counter out with the 2k. 7. We'll give him another 2k. We'll protect our Monet. Another 7. So here we can give a Dawn back, redirect that into our Doflamingo. Our Doflamingo acts as basically a free block. They'll have one more swing with their leader. Are they going to leave both their Dawns standing, or are they going to just swing in 5k coming in? And we'll take that life. We could have countered out with a 1k, but we'll take that life. Okay, so where do we go from here? 10 cost could hit the board. We also could get a baby 5 on the board, plus a treble. Try to protect ourselves a little bit more. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We are going to wait one more turn with our 10 cost Doffy. We're going to try to drain them of some resources this turn. So they're either going to have to use their blockers or cards out of hand. We're going to try to take down some of their board. Yeah, so we get their Saturn off the board with our first swing. Do we want to swing for 7? We'll swing for 7 with the Monet. Yeah, they block out. They get to draw a card with their Warcury. Okay, we'll swing for 9 at their Saturn. Doing our best to try to clear their board. Minimize the amount of attacks they'll have coming in next turn. And then we're going to go treble, baby 5. That's the plan here. treble, baby 5, widen our board just a little bit more. We'll utilize baby 5's on KO effect. There we go. So they let the Saturn go. We're going treble. We're going baby 5. And we are passing the turn. So with baby 5, we'll be able to redirect an attack. So with our baby 5, we're planning to redirect one of their swings with leader ability into the baby 5 for its on KO. With treble, we'll be able to re-ramp that Dawn right back. Our plan is to try to keep 10 Dawn next turn for this Doflamingo. Our opponent attaches 1, and they swing 6k. Let's go ahead and just counter out with the 1k first and foremost. Let's just counter out with the 1k. Okay, and there it is. There's the 5 Elders hitting the board. All right, here it is. Bring it on. All 5 Elders are now slamming the board. The party is now active. Let's go. Nosjuro is going to be able to swing in this turn. They have a swing with their Imu this turn. We still have leader ability to redirect into our baby 5, gain a life. Yeah, this matchup is incredible. This Doffy versus Imu matchup. So, yeah, with their Mars, they're able to KO our treble. The Virgo, again, is just such a good card in this matchup that we are really missing out on right now. Our opponent attaches 1 Dawn to the Nosjuro. And we'll see if they decide to swing this turn. Honestly, it might not be a bad idea for our Imu opponent to just not swing, but ultimately they do. We're going to redirect that attack into our baby 5, gain 1 life. So we're down to 8 Dawn, but we'll get 2 Dawn during our Dawn phase next turn to bring us back up to 10. They still have a swing with leader. They swing 6 at our Monet. Let's counter out with another 1k. Protect our Monet, have more, and there's our Virgo, and there's the Virgo. So do we want to try to survive one more turn, get our Virgo on the board, and we could play the Dellinger as someone to swing into as well? Or do we go straight for the 10 cost? Okay, no, we're going to go for the 10 cost. We're going to freeze 3 of their characters. We're going to freeze the 2 blockers, and we'll freeze the Jupiter. Okay, now we're just going to start swinging in. All right, our opponent takes that first life. We'll swing 6 at 5. We'll swing 6 at their life. Our opponent counters out. Do we want to swing at their Nosjuro just to try to get this one more body off the board? No, we got to get aggressive here. With 4 life still available, we got to try to get their cards out of hand. We got to try to get their counter events out. We got to try to get their life down, because we can take some attacks. We don't have to worry about their characters on that particular turn. Okay, we pass the turn with our 10 cost Doffy standing. Will we see another 5 Elders land, and will we see the board flood out again with a fresh set of the 5 Elders? If you made it this far into the game, I know it's been a long one. Appreciate you being around. If you're into One Piece content, drop a like, subscribe. That'd be very much appreciated. Our opponent starts with a 9k swing into our Monet. We don't have the counter to protect it. Do we want to use leader ability to protect it? We might just let it go here to draw 2 and then ramp 2 Dawn back. I think we will. We'll let it go. We get to draw 2, trash 1. We do get another 10 cost Doffy, so I am going to let the Virgo go and gain 2 rested Dawn here. So if we do this play correct, we may be able to slam our another 10 cost Doffy on the field. 10 swinging into 7. They have 1 more attack with their leader, and if they have another Elders, they'll have 1 more swing. How about this? We have 1 more Dawn to spare. Let's go ahead and redirect this attack into our life. Try to get a little bit more resources in hand. Protect our 9 cost, our 9,000 power. And look at that. They swing 8k into our Doffy, and we can counter out with that treble that we just drew from life to protect our Doflamingo. A little bit of a heart of the cards draw right there with our treble, but we'll take it. And let's see if our opponent does get their 5 elders out onto the field with their last 3 Dawn. All right, our opponent passes the turn, 3 Dawn standing. We are back up to 10 Dawn thanks to our Monet ramping 2 Dawn back. So, do we go for the 10 cost Doffy again? I think we have to. Doffy is hitting the board. We are putting 3 Dawn back, and we are going to rest their blockers. Our opponent concedes as soon as they see the Doflamingo. Let's see if they had counter to get out of this attack. So we would have had a 5, 9, 10 coming in. I think they could have survived one more turn. Let's see. They had a 2K counter and 2 4K counter events. So it would have been 5K, counter out with their 2K, swing with Doffy, and then counter out with 2 events, and then swing with 10 cost to take that last life. Now it's just a matter of, can we survive one more turn with 3 life? Okay, so they would have had to swing all out. We have 3 life to protect ourselves, plus leader ability. As long as we can survive one more onslaught of attacks, Purple Doflamingo had the win. So, let me know in the comments if you think this game was guaranteed or if you think our opponent prematurely conceded. Either way, having a lot of fun with this OP14 leader. We'll be back with another one. Peace.